Welcome back to the channel, guys. I tried to go to sleep after the live stream. Couldn't do it. Didn't work. So here I am at 106 editing this video for you guys. This is going to be similar to the upstate New York DA behaving poorly video that I put out yesterday. Except for this one's going to be a little more channel related as usual. It's going to be touchy, but bear with me. It's going to be two Polk County deputies shot by a sovereign citizen. It's eerily similar to the Chase Allen incident. I believe Van Ballion put it out like before anyone even heard about it, months and months ago. It's a similar situation. There's a lot more moving parts to this one. If you guys want to know more about the Chase Allen incident, I'm actually going to be on KTZ's channel in, 12 plus hours over there talking about the Chase Allen incident because it's kind of interesting. So go over there if you want to know about that. But this one's going to be about the two deputies being shot, and I'm just going to jump into reading this, so enjoy the video. I can't seem to get the wording correctly for me in this, so I'm way behind on trying to edit this, guys. It's been 30 minutes since my last clip. I'm on attempt number like 40 trying to read this. If this video is not for you, now's the time to click off. I am going to include the officer or the deputy's picture, both of them who were shot, because one's in critical but stable condition and the other one's in stable condition. So we're just going to go with this. The two deputies that were shot by a sovereign citizen were at an athletic complex. And the athletic complex is only going to come into play because the park that it was at closed 2.5 hours before this incident took place, which is why they were talking to him. And the part that I think saved some sheriff deputies' lives is that they had extra patrols in the area because of a rash of car burglaries. This is the Chase Allen comparison right here. He was in the car. He rolled down the window a small amount. If you click back, I showed a picture of Chase Allen from the incident. He literally rolled his window down a little bit so he could jam his camera up in there because him and his mother were sovereign citizens. They asked him, why are you at the park? He wouldn't cooperate. They asked him to get out of the car. Shocker, he wouldn't cooperate. And this is where the moving parts part comes in. The first deputy was there with her training officer. Not exactly someone you want to get into a physical altercation with or a firefight. So she called for backup, where 3 more deputies popped up and 1 more trainee popped up. And here's where we're going to get into the pictures. So this is a 26-year veteran. It says here he was shot in the arm and it traveled into his chest, so he's in critical but stable condition. And a 12-year veteran was shot 4 times in the arm and is in stable condition. Now this is where Sheriff Grady Judd, it just was Sheriff Grady Judd. He's one of my favorites, but he makes it a little rough for YouTube, so I'm going to try to translate into YouTube in real time. So he stated, our backup deputies shot a lot. We don't know how much yet. We're in the initial stages of this crime scene investigation, and we can report that to you later. But we unalived the suspect, we unalived him graveyard dead, and we unalived him dead in the gunfight, a firefight with our deputies who had no idea they were dealing with anyone other than someone being in the park after the park was closed, being suspicious and resisting our efforts to identify why they were in the area. The suspect had a Springfield 9mm XD, decent little gun. This is where it comes into what my channel deals with. So the sheriff's office is not identifying the suspect yet because they're trying to find the next of kin, yada yada. He seemed to be living out of his vehicle. Wait, a sovereign citizen living out of his car? No way. And that another law enforcement agency had an interaction with him at another park about a month ago. Here's the bit. He's a sovereign citizen identifying with the Moorish philosophy, which means they resist government, accurate. They don't believe in government, accurate. And they don't think the laws apply to them and that they can do whatever they want when they want. Also accurate, and that's what they see here. They're known to be violent and shoot police officers. The sheriff said his deputies arrested sovereign citizens before, but they don't publicize it because we don't want to market for them. Yes, 1000%, they always want to be martyrs for the cause. Everybody close your eyes for a second. Oh, no. All right. There's a lot of Moorish sovereign citizens that aren't violent. They're peaceful in a sense. And now here's where they get into the paper terrorism. They file lawsuits and papers against government officials for being physically violent. They're not. But a percentage of them are, and we ran into one last night that was very violent. They said he was not a suspect of the burglaries and had no outstanding warrants. The most that would have happened to him was a citation for being in the park after hours. He chose a different outcome, and we obliged him. That's what Judd said. So I'm positive I did a video on this specific topic. This was a Moorish sovereign citizen from Pittsburgh. I did a video on him prior to this. He did not make it out of another shootout. Sovereign citizens seem to not make it out of many shootouts, but they keep trying. Oh, God. So I don't care anymore. I'm showing the guy's picture. This is the guy. I've done a video on him. He believed he was a sovereign citizen, meaning he was exempt from the law. Again, accurate. A Channel 11 news photographer discovered a video, the video that like all of us covered at this point, of Hardison during an interaction with police in 2019. In the video, you can see a Moorish flag, which is flown by Moorish sovereign citizens. Again, accurate. He's been a criminal since 2000. His shootout went on for 7 hours. They tried flashbangs, drones. He was squatting in his brother's house. Yeah, he didn't make it out. So yes, Moorish sovereign citizens seems to be more violent than regular sovereign citizens. Now we're going to get to the Sheriff Grady Judd, interview.
And I'm eternally grateful that you came out and spent all night here with us. Let me tell you what happened. It started about 12:22 this morning, Saturday morning. We've had burglaries of vehicles where people haven't locked their doors and people are flipping handles. We also recently had some burglaries at a concession stand at the Hunt Fountain Park off Duff Road in North Lakeland, which is where we are. So we had deputies assigned to the area as a hot spot, and Deputy Conover did exactly what she was supposed to be doing, checking out suspicious vehicles. The county park closes at 10 p.m. and she noticed a white vehicle here and pulled up behind it. As she approached the vehicle, she saw that there was a male in the car and he rolled the window down a small amount, and she was trying to talk to him and ask him why he was in the park, and he wouldn't cooperate. She asked him to get out of the car, and he wouldn't get out of the car. Now understand, at this point he's resisting a law enforcement officer in the performance of their duty. He's also violating a county ordinance. She retreats to her vehicle and she asks for additional backup because he is resisting her. At that time, among other deputies, Lieutenant Chad Anderson arrives and Deputy Sheriff Craig Smith. There are a total of 4 deputies and 2 trainees which are going through orientation and beginning the process to be full deputies next Monday that was working tonight.
2 things I want to get out here. First off, once this comes out, the actual investigation, I want to know how many times the training officers actually fired their weapon, because being that close, they're basically full-blown sheriff deputies at that point, so they probably would have fired off a few shots. And then it's going to rub so many criminal supporters the wrong way, knowing that they were going to pull him out of the vehicle because he wasn't cooperating and that they could legally do so. It's going to rub them the wrong way so bad.
So they once again told him to get out of the vehicle. Little did they realize at that moment in time that this was a sovereign citizen. He was Moorish. And Moorish sovereign citizens are known to believe that federal law, state law, local law does not apply to them. They are known to resist law enforcement. And there is a history where they shoot police officers. So they started trying to take our suspect out of the vehicle when he produced a gun and started shooting. Lieutenant Chad Anderson was shot once in the arm and it went through and into his chest. Our Deputy Craig Smith has 4 gunshot wounds. They went down immediately. Lieutenant Anderson got some rounds off. The backup deputies shot a lot, and we don't know how much yet. We're in the initial stages of crime scene investigations, and we can report that to you later. But we killed the suspect. We killed him graveyard dead, and we killed him dead in a gunfight, a firefight with our deputies who had no idea they were dealing with anyone other than someone being in the park after the park closed, being suspicious, and resisting our efforts to identify why they were in the area. Lieutenant Chad Anderson underwent emergency surgery, and he's in critical but stable condition in intensive care. Craig Smith currently is stable and in the intensive care unit, and we have deputies assigned to them. All of this information is initial, and as you know, I release the information that we know, and it's subject to modification or change or addition later on, and that certainly will be the case now as the investigation goes on.
Alright guys, that's the video. I'm going to try my best to keep you updated on this incident, just like I did the Chase Allen incident. When this gets more information, you guys will get more information. Again, if you guys want to go over to KT's Edge channel, the link will probably be in the description somewhere. We're going to be discussing the Chase Allen case, everything that went down during the traffic stop, the sovereign citizen movement, sovereign citizen terms, the fact that his mother indoctrinated him into absolute bullshit that ended up costing him his life. We'll be talking about all that. I hope to see you guys there. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.